So, hello everyone. In this video, we are actually going to discuss about something that is known as BGP Route Reflector. So, we all know like BGP can be implemented in two ways. You can go with something that is known as eBGP and something that is known as iBGP. So, here today we are going to discuss a little thing about iBGP. So, as you know, iBGP uses something that is known as split horizon to prevent loops. So it basically uses split horizon to prevent loops. And because of the split horizon, the information that an iBGP router might have learned from some another iBGP router, it doesn't share that information with another iBGP router. So suppose I have three routers, router 1, 2, and 3, and they are all belonging to the same AS. Let's say we can say something like they all belong to AS100. So if my router number 1 receives an update, so what it will do is going to share with the R2, and same way, if R3 has received any update, so it is once again shared with something like R2. Okay, so it might share it with R2, but R2 here isn't going to share the very same update that it has learned from either R1 and R3 with each other because of something that is known as the split horizon.
If you enjoyed the content of the video, don't forget to like and share the video and subscribe to our channel.
Now, as a workaround, what we do, we often configure something that is known as multi-hop session, which is also known as full mesh connectivity. And the challenge with the full mesh session and the full mesh connectivity is that you have to create a connection between your two edge routers or whatever routers, the iBGP routers here. But as the network keeps on going, it's not always possible for you to make sure that your internal iBGP routers are always sharing connection or you're forming adjacency with or every iBGP router in your network. So as a solution, we came up with something that is known as a route reflector. So route reflector basically reflects the route that it has learned from its route reflector clients or from any other non RRC. So suppose if my R2 here is the RR, so it is going to share this information with both R3, and it might also going to share this information with both RR. Okay. So this is my route reflector, and these two devices can be said as my route reflector client. So the rule here is says like if my route reflector receives any route, so if my route reflector receives any update, so it is going to share it with the RRC and also with non route reflector client. In the same way, if my route reflector client receives any update, so it might share that update with RR. Okay, and suppose if my non route reflector client receives any update, so it might share this information with the RR, which in turn will share it with the RRC, right? So that's the concept here. So usually, if you don't wish to implement something that is known as the iBGP full multi-hop session, so it's recommended that we should go with something like route reflector. So it basically helps us in reducing the number of mesh connectivity or connection that you have to make in your iBGP session. Okay. So to configure this, to better understand this, I have prepared a lab here. As you can see, let me just get on with my lab. So in my lab, I have 5 routers. So in the left side, I have router number 1, which is my site 1 router. In my right side, I have my router number 5, which is my site 2 router. And these two routers are connected by P ISP routers, that is router 2, router 3, and router 4. They are forming iBGP here. So I'm here, configure the BGP on each and every device. So if I just go to the running config, and if I just pull up the BGP, you can see like this is my BGP configuration. So this is my first router. And you can see I have done nothing much, but I just introduced my second router as the client or sorry, not the client, as the neighbor. And I have specified which network I wish to advertise. So if I just quickly look into the database, BGP database, so you can see I'm not receiving any information. It's just showing the local network that I'm connected. In the same way, if I just get to the second router here, you can see in the second router also, I can show you my BGP configuration. So here you can see that I am creating neighborship with 2 devices. So the first neighbor here is my router number 1 from AS100, and my second neighbor here is the router number 3 from the same AS200. Okay. And here also, if I inspect my BGP table, so here you will notice like I am receiving the routes or the prefixes from my AS100, which is being advertised by my router number 1, but I'm not receiving any prefix, any information that is coming from my router number 3. So if I go to my third router here, so this is my third router, and if I just show you my BGP configuration, so here you can see when I run the command show run section BGP. So here you can clearly see that I am neighbor here with my router number 2, 2310.1.2, and here I'm also neighbor with my router number 4. Okay, so the challenge here is that the information is coming all the way to my router number 3. So if I run the command show IP BGP, so you might notice that I'm actually receiving the information for these two networks, right? But these two networks are not being shared with the other devices because of something that is known as split horizon. So my router number 3 knows about AS100 network. It knows about AS300 network, but my router number 3 is not sharing that to anyone else. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to configure my router number 3 as the route reflector, and I will add my second and the fourth router as the client. So let me just get back to the third router once again. We are going to get onto the configuration mode. I'm going to configure router BGP something like 200 it is. Okay, let's be sure. So here we have the BGP 200. So once I'm into here, I'm going to mention my neighbor something like 2310.1.2 as my route reflector line. And similar way, I'm going to configure my another neighbor, which is the 3410.1.4, which is my fourth router, as the route reflector line. Okay, and so if I check my running config, do show run section BGP. So here you can see, like I have mentioned my two neighbors as clients. Okay, just a moment. So getting back to the lab, so fine. As you have seen, I have mentioned my router number 2 and router number 4 as the route reflector line. So here you can see the second router, and here you can see the fourth router as my clients here. I have mentioned them as my route reflector client. So we can, if I just go to my second router, and if I run the command show iBGP, so you can see, you might notice that I'm actually receiving this update. So I'm receiving the network information from my AS300, but this route is not preferred because the next hop address, which is 3410.1.4, which is my router number 4, is unreachable from my second router. And I can go to the fourth router as well. So if I go to the fourth router, and if we check the iBGP table, so here also you can see that I'm receiving the information about my AS100 network, but you can once again see like this network is kind of like unreachable. Like here the next hop address is being mentioned as 2310.1.2. So that means second router. So directly second router is unreachable. So the challenge here is that my route reflector is successfully sharing the update with each other, but because of the next hop value, which is unreachable from the either side, these routers are considering like the destination is unreachable. So what we can do on my router number 4 and on my router number 2, I'm going to create a route map. Okay, so I'm going to create a route map. I'm going to name it as something like RR permit, and I'm going to specify here I would like to mention the next hop address would be something like 3410.1.3, okay, which is my third router's ID. And I'm going to exit from here, and I'm going into my BGP 200 configuration, and I'm mentioning like for my neighbor, something like 3410.1.3. I would like to use the route map RR in the in direction. Okay, so this is something, and we can clearly we can basically clear the BGP table here. Okay, and I'm going to inspect my BGP table. Sorry, do show IP BGP. So now you can see earlier when I was receiving this information, it was unreachable because the next hop address wasn't updated. But with the help of route map, I have specified that I wish to change the hop address, and now this particular network is reachable. And I can also verify this very thing on my second router if I just get to the second router. So you can still see that I'm learning about my network from AS300, but that route is still considered as unreachable, or I cannot use it. So here also I have to create a route map. So I'm creating route map here with the same name permit. I'm going to set the IP. Next hop. And next hop here would be something like 23.10.1.3. Okay, which is my once again router 3's IP. I'm going to exit here. I'm going to get onto my BGP configuration, router BGP 200. And here I would like to specify the neighbor as 23.10.1.3. I would like to use the red route map double up in direction. Okay. And here also I'm clearing my BGP tables. Here IP BGP S6 of in, and I'm going to check my IP BGP. So when I go to the IP BGP, now you can see both the routes are reachable, right? And this is how we can configure route reflector. So if I just go to the router number 1, we have seen we were just receiving one route. So if I check my BGP table once again, so IP BGP, so now you can see I'm receiving all the routes here. And same goes for my router number 5. If I just get to the 5th router, and if I check my BGP table, so IP BGP, so here also you can see like I'm receiving all the routes. So this is how you can configure route reflector. So it basically helps you in bringing down or making your IGP configuration scalable. So you don't have to go with the full multi-hop connection. Instead of using the multi-hop connection, you can use something that is known as route reflector. Okay, and we also see like how we can change the next hop address using a route map. So if you guys are really into route map, if you want to learn more about route map, just let us know in the comment section, and I'm definitely will create another video on route map. So that's all for today. Thank you everyone.